First guy I have, my boom this week is Devonta Parker. Yeah, so Devonta Parker playing against the Bengals. Whether Fitz or Tua starts, Parker is the number one receiver. He's gonna get his catches. He's gonna get his receptions. He's gonna get his yards. He could get touchdowns. I mean, he probably has been floating on your bench if you have him like all season long. I feel like after like the first couple of weeks, you kind of just like lost hope on him. But I think he's a fire up receiver too this week, especially against the Bengals.
And he's a good player. For my boom, one of my favorite players again is Justin Jefferson.
Oh yes.
Projected 10 points. He's been balling as of late. He was a little volatile in the beginning, but now he's starting to really show who he is. And I'm pretty sure Thielen is out this week too. Regardless, I think he's still a boom. If Thielen is out, it's even better. But even if Thielen's there, I think it's good for Jefferson. They're playing against the Jags, who aren't very good. The only thing I could see that gets in the way is, Dalvin just destroys. But I think it'll be competitive in the beginning.
Dalvin got hurt at one point last game.
Yeah,
right?
he got hurt a little bit too, so he's banged up. But I like Justin Jefferson here. Kind of the reason with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has been on fire lately, and so he's been throwing it very well. And so I like Justin Jefferson. JJ.
All right, nice. For my best receiver this week, I have Deontay Johnson. It's tough. I chose him specifically because Chase Claypool can get rushing touchdowns. Juju is kind of like that middle safety receiver between the three receivers on the Steelers. And I feel like Claypool and Johnson, either one is going to boom. They're playing against a Washington football team who are the number one pass defense in the league. And I feel like, it's when you have three receivers who can do something, it's tough to rely on one of them, especially against the number one passing defense. And I just think Johnson's going to be the odd one out because he's like the more premier pass, deep ball pass guy. Ben loves throwing to him, and I feel like the Washington team knows that. And so they're going to leave it up to Chase or Juju to do something about that, which are both still very explosive weapons for the Steelers. So I just think that, in all honesty, maybe stay away from all of them because you never know who's going to be the bust, but I think Johnson has the most bust potential.
Okay, good pick. And funny you picked that because my bust is Juju.
Okay.
He's projected 9 points. Kind of like you, there's just, number one, there's a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah.
One of them could blow up and we could be wrong, but I personally wouldn't take that risk, especially this last week, unless you have to. But I just feel like, Washington is a top defense. And to be honest, I personally think the opposite. I think I would rather choose Deontay and Claypool than Juju. Oh, really? Because I also think Juju is pound for pound the better receiver, and I feel like Washington might focus in on more on him. But like you said, I would stay away from the Steelers receiver. Personally, I'd maybe consider Claypool because I just like him a lot.
I think Claypool has the most potential to produce something. Yeah. Out of the three, at least.
Yeah, but the other two, I'm not a big fan of, so I would stay away.
All right. We're on the same page. Receiver, I actually would think, do you know Keelan Cole?
Yeah, from
on the Jags? I honestly think he's a sleeper. Playing against the Vikings. He has been the only receiver who's been producing for that Jags team. And every week somehow he gets these random 30-yard touchdowns. And I don't know how he does it. So
your sleeper is Keelan Cole?
Because you took Justin Jefferson, I'll choose the guy on the other side.
Okay.
That's deep sleeper if you got nobody else available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My sleeper, love that I can pick him now, is used to be a former high school teammate of mine. Michael Pittman Jr. Projected 7 points. He's established himself. He is a deep sleeper though, but he's established himself sort of as the Colts guy now. At least it seems that way. He's been averaging a little over 6 targets the last 4 games, and he's playing the Texans, who again have a ton of yards. So again, if you're thin on your receiving core, I would pick up Pittman. Obviously, I'm biased, but I just in general though, I thought he was a top 3 receiver in the draft.
I remember you were really high on him.
Really high on him. Dude, he's 6'4".
Dude. 6'4".
6'4", and he can run. The only other guy that I would feel like was better than him, and they're around the same, was Claypool. Claypool's pretty good.
You thought Claypool before the draft that he was the same level as Pittman, or are you talking about like right now?
A little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were about the same, but then Claypool I think is better.
I see.
But Pittman, I really like him a lot, so we'll see.
All right.